This morning on Newswatch 12, marijuana could become federally legal. An Oregon representative just proposed a new bill. And Southern Oregon is facing a new problem with recycling. If you don't follow the rules, you could lose your recycling bin. And a shooting at a Eugene middle school leaves one dead. We will explain what happened inside the school before the shooting happened.
Watching out for you. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
Oregon Representative Earl Blumenauer is proposing a new bill that would regulate marijuana just like alcohol. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Leah Thompson. The bill would first take marijuana off the federal controlled substance list. Then it would give the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives the power to regulate the weed industry. Blumenauer has wanted to make marijuana legal at the federal level for years. He's also the founder and co-chair of the Congressional Cannabis Caucus. The man accused of trying to get weapons past TSA at Medford's airport is facing 4 charges. We first gave you this information on Thursday. The man facing the charges is Anthony Anderson. This is cell phone video after police say he demanded to be led onto a plane. He refused to show ID or a ticket. Police say he had 4 guns, and they say he tried to grab his gun in his shoulder holster, but police were able to hit his hand away. The judge set his bail at $100,000 and said if he posts it, he is not allowed to go to the airport or have guns and ammunition. His next court date is set for January 18th. An officer-involved shooting at a school in Eugene gave parents a scare. The suspect is dead, but no one else was injured. Friday, police say they were escorting the man from Cascade Middle School in Eugene. That's when he pulled out a gun. There was a struggle with the officer, and then the officer shot the man. The school was on lockdown while police investigated. Many students were released from school early.
It's been a day. I don't even know what time it is now, but we've been here since 11:30, and I was just able to get him a relief that everything's fine, and yeah, it's a crazy day.
The police have not identified the man that was killed. They say the man was being escorted out of the building after a custody dispute. According to the DEQ, much of Southern Oregon saw positive numbers when it came to how much material was recycled in 2017. The 2017 report is the most recent report available, but Trent Carpenter with Southern Oregon Sanitation says those numbers won't tell you the full story for 2018. He says the recycling rate numbers will likely go down, but that's because of the new recycling rules that went into effect in 2017. China stopped importing certain recyclable materials, meaning recycling companies in the U.S. had nowhere to sell the products to. That meant they often went to landfills. Now, SOS and other recycling companies are working on contamination studies to limit contaminated recycling so they can sell it to companies within the U.S.
It was because the marketplace has changed, the supply and demand has changed. When China went out of the marketplace, they were buying 40% of the world's recycling. You can't stop 40% of the world's recycling and then expect to be able to continue that marketplace.
Continued violation of the recycling rules can result in the loss of your recycling bin. An incredible story of survival. Wisconsin police say a 13-year-old girl who's been missing since October when her parents were found murdered is alive. We're just beginning to get a picture of what happened as police have arrested and charged a suspect.
After 88 days missing, Jamie Claus was miraculously found alive.
The suspect had specific intentions to kidnap Jamie.
The 13-year-old vanished on October 15th after her parents, James and Denise, were found shot and killed in their home near Barron. Authorities spent months searching for her. Then, on Thursday, a miracle. Jamie approached a woman walking her dog 70 miles north of where she was last seen.
When I first saw her, I thought, has she run away? Did somebody just dump her off here? Because she didn't have coats or gloves and then when she told me who she was, I figured she must have left in a hurry.
They went to a nearby house asking for help, and the couple called 911.
I was in absolute shock.
She looked really tired and
like she's been fighting a battle for weeks.
Shortly after, police arrested and charged 21-year-old Jake Thomas Patterson with 2 counts of first-degree murder and kidnapping. Police say he held Jamie in a home in a remote area. It's unclear whether Patterson has an attorney or how he intends to plead.
The suspect was not at home when Jamie escaped. While I don't know how she escaped at this time, we believe that the suspect was out looking for her when law enforcement made contact with him.
As for Jamie, she's now safe with family after almost 3 months missing.
It's amazing the will of that 13-year-old girl to survive and escape.
I'm Omar Jimenez reporting.
As new information is released, we will be sure to share it with you. The sheriff's office says they don't believe there are any other suspects. Nearly 7.3 million people have been hit by the flu so far this season. That's according to data released by the CDC. Data shows that between 69,000 and 83,000 people have been hospitalized because of the virus so far. 3 children died because of the flu last week. That brings the pediatric death toll this season to 16. The CDC says the flu is present in every state. 30 states have reported widespread flu activity. 15 have reported high levels of flu activity. And we're going to turn now to meteorologist Jeff Donovan. Now, Jeff, you've been looking at some pretty decent weather all week.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be decent today as well once we get rid of the fog that's kind of hanging around our area. You can